Good evening, Gooners. It's in the North Bank, and this is the after thought, going through the third straight defeat on Saturday at St Mary's. Yeah, we lost 1-0, and yeah, it was another frustrating watch, really. But yeah, it marks a spell where we've been caught short. Yeah, that game was an improvement, but we'll go on to it after this little intro. So yes, another game, another game down, another game with defeat, and yeah, we can look back at these last few games and see where we've kind of come a cropper. I don't think the game on Saturday was as bad as what the previous games were, but yeah, it's ultimately the same outcome. Another defeat, three defeats on the row, uh, and yeah, we've got to turn this around, and it'll be just like Arsenal to put these performances in, and then suddenly out of the blue things click in with a performance like potentially like we played against City, and yeah, it's a typical Arsenal moment where I can be as optimistic as I want, and I'd love to see it. You have to suddenly say, well, where's this team, or where was this team the last three games? Certainly, if they do put in a performance tomorrow, but yeah, it was an interesting day on Saturday. Certainly, when the lineups were announced, and yeah, we saw Tavares coming back in, and yeah, the news reported that Lacazette was out with COVID, and again, we don't know. We surmise. We hope that the information given is correct and accurate, because yeah, we do look at the situation with Lacazette, and you do wonder, because everyone's been crying out for him to be dropped, to be put on the bench, and yeah, just out of the blue, we then get him out with COVID in the first game that he's then dropped, or out of the team. So I'd like to say that he is, and I obviously I hope it is that way, because yeah, like as I say, he has been at the club for a while, and he is the captain. So I'm hoping that there's no kind of fallout on that side, and certainly this interview that he's come out and spoke about over the weekend about Champions League football. So yeah, it's another thing we'll kind of get into maybe afterwards. But yeah, the lineup. Yeah, it's a chance for Nketiah to shine with Saka and Martinelli up front on the wings. So it was a good opportunity for those guys to come in and again stake a claim as to who should be playing. And if we actually made sure that we were actually solid going forward, then there is big ammunition for why Lacazette should not be in the team, or Lacazette isn't suiting the style of play. Yeah, he may work hard, but the hold-up play, the link-up play, and just the general being a presence, being a pain in the backside to defenders. Nketiah, I just think, gives a bit more of that. But he doesn't have the physicality side of things. And again, you can see that in the performances and when he's put on the pitch, and you can see him performing in the League Cup and the other domestic cups when he plays usually, and that's why you see him picking up some goals. But when you come to the Premier League, this is where that physicality really, really kicks in. And as I say, just Nketiah, yeah, is his heart in it? Has he really got that kind of want to do well? I think he has. I think it's crazy to say of a professional that he wouldn't have that kind of level of ambition, because yeah, he wants to go and do it and do as much as he can. But yeah, it's a very strange one, and it can't be easy when your contract's running low and you don't know where you're going. It goes Lacazette, Mel Nenny, and then Nketiah, and you're suddenly just thinking, well, yeah, they don't know where they're going to be. But obviously, the reason why Nketiah is still probably playing is because Arteta does think that there is a player there. And I can at times see there's a player there. But he's had so many chances to actually show that, and he hasn't taken it at the big stages. And yeah, not done enough for actually warranting more of a starting lineup place, because yeah, he hasn't done enough. But we go into this game, and again, I think we've done really well at times in that first half, and we just got caught just before half time with that ball just coming back in the box. Ben White gets knocked over by Ramsdale coming out, and he's kind of off the pitch and on the pitch, holding his head, then gets up, delayed, and goes out towards the ball. By then, the ball's then come back in, and then Benrak's just gone and smashed the ball past Ramsdale. He's got an arm to it, but again, it's about 5-6 yards out, and yeah, you're not really going to get much chance with that, and with a delay in being closed down through the defender not being there, has caused that goal to kind of go in. So that was frustrating, but yeah, changed it in the second half, and we were showing moments of real good pressure, and although we had a lot of possession, and I go to the stats just of the game, and yeah, we are creating chances, we are having shots. Unfortunately, again, it's that kind of second stat down, isn't it? The shots on target, and just being able to turn those good opportunities into meaningful chances. And yeah, the next two, 76% possession and the passes, goes to show that we were there and we were in that game and pushing, because yeah, good passing accuracy as well. But the ultimate is no goals to show from it. And yeah, I do like to see the youthful kind of front three. And I thought Odegaard and Lokonga played some decent stuff, as well as Xhaka. And Nuno come in, and he played a decent 70 minutes before he got taken off. And yeah, I look at it and I just think it's not all doom and gloom. Yeah, I know it, and a lot of the frustration was built up over the Tottenham result before the game, and it was, again, there's your team talk, and it's like, get on that pitch, go and get the 3 points. And on another game, we would have probably done it. And on another day we'd have taken one or two of the chances, but it wasn't to be. Forster had a great game. He made about 3, 4, 5 decent saves, and yeah, overall we done enough in the game to have got a goal. I think there were just a few chances that we did actually create, and we just snatched at the ball, and that comes down to pressure again, and from those youngsters, that's what happens. They're being stressed in ways that they haven't been stressed this much in their careers, and that's all I can say now. Where you'll still suddenly start seeing how these players behave when they are stressed, when they are under pressure, and this is then the proof of how good they will become. Because it's great when it's all going well, but what happens when you reach that low point? And yeah, that's where cream rises to the top, and you suddenly see, well, yeah, that player who is the best will play either way, when he's struggling, when he's not, and taking those chances when they come, at those bad times. But we didn't, and we have to just hold our hands up and say, well, yeah, we lost the game again, free on the bounce, and we've got to dust ourselves down and really go again. But what can you say? I thought the team, again, there was a lot of vitriol against Arteta again, and you've got I don't know what it is. Everyone jumps on the bandwagon, and we suddenly got a plane going to be flown over Newcastle, was it, or away, or something like that? Arteta out, or something like that. And it turns out the FundMe page was set up by the director of the airplane company, and it was, yeah, it's one of those where, yeah, all right, you want to, yeah, you're trying to go for a cash cow to try and do something, and yeah, on our expense, having a laugh at us, and on that side. And there's some really, really strange thoughts, opinions with certain fans, and I'll look at it, and I do think some of these crazy views are people who have never, say, stepped in front or into the Emirates. I question the real loyalty of those fans, and I talk about the global support base or fan base. And don't get me wrong, I speak with many Arsenal fans who bleed Arsenal in different continents, and yeah, but there are some who are just not. I don't know. They're journeymen. Either they've travelled with other teams. They've rode a wave with Arsene Wenger, with the glory days, with what he brought us. And when things have gone a little awry, they're a little bit, no, I don't know any different. I used to support someone else before Wenger or whatever. I don't think you've got that affinity as I would. I don't have a second team. I don't have a second favourite team. My favourite team is Arsenal. My life, apart from my family, is Arsenal. It's mightily close, but my love is Arsenal, and making sure that I back them, and that's how it will be, and that's how I want my children to be. Yeah, I'm not going to hold a gun up to them and say, you're Arsenal fans, but if they say I'm supporting Spurs, then sorry, son, you're on your own. It's not going to happen. They are already Arsenal, but I'm just putting it out there. But Yeah, it's one of those. It's just really frustrating, and I know we talk about the where we were, or that at that time. Obviously, Tottenham last minute loss at home, and you're suddenly thinking, well, if we do pick up a win here, it isn't so bad, and you're now going into this Chelsea game, into the Man United game, thinking even the West Ham game, and you're thinking we've got to get at least 2 wins out of these three, and yeah, it's one of those. We've really got to now step up and show what we can do. Um, as a squad, as a team, what we've got left, we've got to show and build on. And on our day, we can and we can show and we can step up. But it's again over these last three games, you've seen there is that big difference. So you go from real good to very mediocre, and then you go back again. And this game that we've just had on Saturday was was a decent enough game. Yeah, all right. We had the possession. Southampton were certainly, as soon as they scored just before half time, totally changed their game plan. Although even before the goal, they still had a real kind of hard line to beat, playing five at the back without the ball, and then another four in the middle or three in the middle, very very tight together, and the out balls to La Broja, and yeah, it made it hard, but we did get behind. We did create some chances, and one frustrating thing I did notice when I was watching the game, it was the free kicks, and you're just suddenly just thinking, and it happened against Brighton, and you had Suarez taking the free kick. He hit the wall, or hit our own player in the wall at the Emirates, and yeah, got pushed off duty for taking the free kicks after that. And then yeah, this one he then had another two free kicks around the corner flag and in that kind of channel area, and he's wasted both of them. Just real poor quality free kicks, which could have been put in good positions, and we would have we'd have maybe done better. But yeah, we lost. But that's the main thing. That's what the records will show. We got no points, but yeah, we have to move on, and move on is what we are doing tomorrow. And you look at it tomorrow, and away to Chelsea. There's talk that we've apparently got Tomiyasu maybe coming back. He's very, very close. Lacazette potentially could be back. But again, I just think that might just be, again, a smoke screen just to keep him kind of on that toe. Whether or not he actually does play, I don't know. Maybe that youthful kind of approach against Chelsea may be a better way of playing. Three at the back, certainly I favour. And I don't know. It's one of those awkward ones because you don't really want to change the formation when we haven't really been playing that way. But with our current form and the current way we've been playing with the formation that we have been set out with, it can't be any worse. Or we can't. It's nothing to lose there. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that we can go into the game, nothing to lose there. We go out there, and their defenders, we can get at them. And yeah, they've got pace on the wings, but yeah, I just think that there is potential that we could maybe get in there. And yeah, they had disappointment in Europe, but They had a decent show at the weekend. So you look at it and you just we have to compete. We have to really get in their faces. But yeah, they're going to be on a high, beating Crystal Palace, and yeah, it's going to be tough. They create many chances. They've got players that can hurt you all over, and in the midfield again with Kante. Just to name there, even Mason Mount, you're just looking at the quality they possess, and whilst some of those players are young, they are very experienced and got bags of experience through Europe as well as the Premier League. So it is going to be a real tough game. And yeah, I hope we compete, and I hope, yeah, even if we just pick up a draw there, I'll take a draw going over there to go into the Man United game. Gives us a little bit of confidence there to take to against Man United, and then we can see where we are. Obviously, United are playing Liverpool tonight, and yeah, Liverpool should at home get the points. So again, when we talk about Man United closing the gap and through our poor run, it means now we can get back that kind of slender lead. And yeah, you look at it and you think Man United play today. We've got 2 games in hand, level on points. Anything we pick up against Chelsea puts us in a driving seat again when we play them. So if we even get that, or even when we play them and we can actually get a result against them and beat them, we're 3 points ahead with that game in hand still. So yeah, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big. But if there's ever a game that Arsenal have to turn up, it is going to be that one. And yeah, admittedly, I hold no massive positivity on that. I can't hand on heart say that we'll go there and we'll get the win. I'd love to be that optimistic, but I am realistic on that side, and I think we are still years away from that level. And I'll do another video with regards to the squads and the squad sizes and stuff like that. And you're suddenly thinking we are years away. We picture, even if we buy 7 to 9 players in the summer, what's the bet in that maybe 3 or 4 of those players potentially that don't hit the ground running are no longer there in the next, say, 2 years because they haven't made it. We'll just picture Pepe, for instance, and there's talk that he's gonna head off in the summer because he hasn't hit the ground running as we all thought a £72 million attacker would do, and that could have happened when in January where we buy a striker to score goals and we pay a lot of money and over the top money and he doesn't score. And we're then suddenly in the same kind of situation. We've got another player that hasn't played for us, but is struggling maybe to adapt to the way we're playing, and it doesn't work out. And then who then gets the blame there? Oh, it's Arteta again. And it's one of those. It's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. Yeah, we play 1 game a week, and that's the rumour that it's because we didn't strengthen. The board thought that because we only play 1 game a week, the squad was adequate enough. But yeah, we look at that, we take it, and we say we've got to go. We've got to go tomorrow, and we've got to make sure we go in and do the business. But yeah, that's Arsenal. But yeah, there's obviously a couple of real sad things on Sunday. It was announced that our chief or ex-chief scout, Steve Rowley, passed away due to a short illness. And this guy was an absolute legend for the club in what he brought to the club. And I'm talking from the George Graham years to bring in players like Adams, or to scout them and bring them into the club, introduce them into the Arsenal way. Ray Parlour, all the way through into the Wenger years, 37 years at Arsenal. And this guy, when we talk about Wenger giving his life to the club, and then the way he was treated by not only the fans, but the club in general. The lack of backing, I think, when it really mattered, moving to the stadium, was the biggest betrayal, I think, for the club. But for 37 years, Steve Rowley was a main integral part in our scouting network. And yeah, you can only hear from fellow scouts within the setup how good a bloke he was, and that was it. And it was really good to hear. And yeah, him passing was a real disappointment. And again, but we then look at the club again back in 2018, or when we had that cold. I think it was 2018. It was, or maybe it was. Trying to think if it was. It was when, well, they basically decided to rip up the whole scouting network, and basically he ended up being out of a job, just like a lot of others. And it was not good. And it was just after Arsene Wenger left. So it was one of those where it was an end of an era for Arsene Wenger, but he was potentially made to be GOAT for latter signings, which wasn't the case. Again, you're not magicians. No one is a magician. You can't really magic anyone out of the hat now, considering all the other opposition clubs around who are snapping up players left, right, and centre with high resource. And you just look at it and you just think, well, it's it's not helpful. But rest in peace, Steve. Thank you for your service to Arsenal, and God bless to you, and love to your family in this trying time. But then there was also another, and it is non-Arsenal related, but we are all humans. We are this is where rivalries stop. And Cristiano Ronaldo announced yesterday that him and his partner Georgina had lost one of their twins, twin boy, at birth. And as a dad of twins as well, I can only imagine what they are going through as a family. But real mad to see, and real sad for them, and really fitting that Liverpool are actually going to be doing a minute of applause, 7 minutes tonight. So real sad news again, but it shows rivalries mean nothing for real life. But yeah, I think that's it, Gooners. I think I'm going to leave it on that sad note. I'm going to be on the North Bank Summit a little bit later on, and yeah, we'll see how the game at Anfield goes. But yeah, rest in peace, little angel, and rest in peace, Steve. But yeah, make sure Arsenal we actually deal with things as we should, because we need to get that job done tomorrow. So come on, Arsenal, let's get that win. Thank you all for watching. Again, this is in the North Bank, and this was the Afterthought.